Our second chance for Doctor Doom is occurring tomorrow. Act 6.3 goes live today, and will we ever see a 5-star Scarlet Witch? Kabam Mike says no. Yes, hello everybody and welcome back to the Marvel Contest of Champions news for Wednesday. Happy Hump Day. There's still a few things going on that's going to see us through to the end of the week, like Act 6.3 being put in, not to mention the fact that we should be receiving 2 compensation packages, one for the Alliance Wars efforts have been put in, and one being for the timeout on stuff that happened on Friday. So fingers crossed they are good, and we'll cover that as soon as they go live. And at the point of recording this video, the Alliance Wars season packages for the rewards have not gone out to players. So again, we'll wait to see if that comes in. Without further ado, let's get into the news. The first bit of news for those that this really impacts on, Act 6.3 will go live tonight, which will probably be at 1800 hours GMT time, 10 AM PST time, and whatever T time it is for wherever you are in the world. The dynamic of this particular type of difficulty, or this chapter 3 in Act 6, is that boosts are incorporated to the way that you can get through and progress quickly, which is a good thing. But it just means that the buff's going to be a little bit scary. Although Kabam really want to push the narrative that players want to do this, as opposed to 6.2, where players didn't want to explore it. There's a lot of players that still haven't explored 6.2, and I doubt they're going to do it. But on the plus side, it gives people something to do in the future. So I guess that's a good thing, to a degree. Other news on Alliance War seasons ending prematurely. If you've seen the video I posted yesterday, it just covers it a bit more, but in a nutshell, just to round this down to this. It had to end early based on enlistment, and enlistment was the issue based on Friday, where people weren't getting extra rewards. It affected my alliance, it affected a lot of other people's. And the feedback from this particular post is very mixed, and that's really the mixed reaction within the community, because there would be people that be affected and not affected. The people affected would be myself and my alliance, but when we talk about the non-affected people that were making further progression, going up ranks very quickly, what sucks about that is that maybe some of those had about 4 losses and then had 2 wins, and then went on to have further 2 wins after that, so that's based on 8 matches. But they would only be judged on the first 6, so they'd be judged on 4 losses and the 2 wins, which obviously would mean that they would be having a bad season. And that's where you see a lot of the mixed opinions on this, and especially based on resource spend being quite such an issue. And there is going to be a compensation package that will be representative of that, which is yet to be announced. And as soon as we find out more information about that, I'll let you know. At the moment, Alliance War Seasons rewards have not been sent out at the point of recording this video, and hopefully by the time it's out, that it is indeed out into your inboxes. Next up, a Marvel Insider currently have a lot of things on offer for Marvel Contest of Champions. Got a crystal thing behind me, got a man thing down there, got an ultimate crystal thing over in the top left hand corner, and I've got Doctor Doom. So if you're looking to pick up something out of any of those, there's certainly a lot on offer from rewards stakes. Also, in a bit of a change of pace and change of like whatever they normally do, and that is that solo objectives are being represented in Marvel Insider for Marvel Contest of Champions. So that's cool. If you are looking to get your Insider points, make sure to go over and get that sorted. I'll try and include a link to how to get a Marvel Insider account, but it is very much specific for it being US resident, but there are some workarounds to this. Next up, and the fantastic Chronicles has gone into overdrive with this 7-minute video by Gabe and the team explaining about the lore, the story background, character design of Mr. Sinister and the Fantastic Four, and this big project that was pitched last year to Marvel. And fantastic to know that we are now at an end point of this. The beacon will go into our rosters, or not into our rosters, but into claim on Friday of this week, which I'm really excited for. I'll probably do a video if I've got the time to do it, especially because I think you're getting a profile picture from this, but it has been a long time coming in order to get it. There's a lot of information with character design, which is really important for you to go and check out, especially with this. Woohoo! Look at those arm movements. I love it. Okay, in other news, and as you know, at the start of the week, we actually achieved the 250 mil milestone in order to get the item exchange store, which is in store. The fact is there is a little bit of an issue that if you over select the amount, it will come up with an error message and won't actually work correctly. But for the time being, the best thing to do is purchase just 1 or 2 at a time based on the conversion of how it's meant to be. It's not saying there's a complete limit to it, but at the same time, don't over exert it because it won't work, as you can see. There's some more examples of this trying to be worked, especially using some lower and higher amounts, and also looking at maybe the max is not really applicable, especially looking at this scenario here. Yeah, so I don't know what's going on with this. It's probably best to do a support ticket, but hopefully this is sorted out as soon as possible. Okay, in sort of like Marvel news that I'm kind of incorporating into this MCOC news, and that is this deleted scene pinged up on the internet. I put a link in the description to it, and it's from Avengers Endgame, and it's really weird. It's Tony Stark having an interaction with an adult or kind of teen version of Morgan Stark. So if you've seen the film, you'll kind of go like, what? How is this possible? It's a weird thing. It's got 3 parts at the bottom to it. You just have to click on each part. And yeah, check it out. Link in the description. We can talk about it in the comment section as well. But it blew my mind. Okay, now to something really important. That is a 5-star Scarlet Witch and a 5-star Wolverine. Could we ever see those champions in game? Now, I'm going to make this a focal point of a video because there's a lot of backstory to this. And at the same time, there's going to be interactions with enemies as defenders and other things as well, but in a nutshell, I will cover it in Marvel Contest of Champions news. And I feel that we're at a point where these 2 characters would be absolutely amazing to see in game. I think it would be easier to do Wolverine than it would be for Scarlet Witch, but what do Kabam have to say on this? Well, Kabam Mike says, having tried out a 5-star Scarlet Witch at Signature 200, she is more powerful than any of those champions, and no content stands in her way. There may be a day where we see her 5-star version in game, but she's not coming anytime soon. Now, I really like this opinion on the matter, which is that we should have the gameplay to have a look and judge as a community whether or not we feel that it's too powerful. And some people may say, no, we shouldn't. And it's like, well, it would be nice, especially to consider the fact that how and why and where are we comparing this against off of what she's doing. You've got champions like Namor, you've got Domino, you've got Cull Obsidian, you've got Corvus Glaive, you've got Blade, you've got Stark Spidey. You've got Aegon Awakened. You know, so many champions that are able to damage output a huge amount with some effort to them, but the damage output is still there. And yes, they could be saying that the aspect of having power lock, poisons, heal blocks, also having fury, regeneration and cruelty as kind of like buffs in that champion is much more of an OP champion, but there are options to scale that. You don't have to say that champion has to get a fury buff that is very representative of the basics. It was 10% of the attack of the champion's attack. Oh no, we'll just make it 0.5. Make it 0.5, scale them down, scale it against the content, and it'll be a little bit more fairer. But at the same time, be in keeping with the huge damage outputters and utility champions that Kabam constantly put out in game month in, month out. I just think that there could be a bit more to this. But in any case, I've gone a bit too far into this kind of discussion and trying to kind of round my point. I've done a full video on this, which I'll try and post very, very soon. And now on to our final story, and it's Doomsday Part 2! Yes, Doomsday Part 2, because we've got the arena and also we've got the featured crystals, the featured Grandmasters, the featured Cavaliers, whatever featured it is for you. The fact is, we've got them. I probably will be doing a crystal opening. I've been saving up my units for this, and at the same time, I may be able to get a sponsor in order to do some more, but we'll see. The fact is, I've got some predictions. They are down below at the moment. We also have Iron Man in as well. Iron Man, I think, is going to go for 2.2 to 2.4 mil. I'm just not really settled on that character based on people's overhype to do the Doom Arena over the fact of maybe wanting that as a champion. And I feel that it's going to probably push it close to about 2 mil, but 2.2 to 2.4 mil I think is going to be safe for this. Doctor Doom, on the other hand, it's going to be very difficult to pinpoint based on the hype around the community. And the fact is, you could probably see him going as a 5-star for anything around 75 mil. As a 5-star, that is a lot. But let's face it, 68 mil normally is the kind of threshold for an overhype champion. So 68 to 75 mil, I'll probably put the worst up there in order to say go for it. The 4-star version, 12.8 mil, which I think is fair. It's a little bit more than what Guillotine 2099 did, and that's based on the hype in the community. And I feel 12.8 is going to be a fair representation. Maybe push to 13 to be safe. The fact is 12.8 will probably be fine. And also the 3-star version, because people have asked for the 3-star version, 1.6 mil is going to be safe for this. 1.5 is normally fine for it, but I feel that with the hype, you're probably best off pushing another 500k just to secure that champion as a 3-star. But in any case, that's been the predictions. There we have it. That has been the Marvel Contest of Champions news for Wednesday. Please hit the like button, support the channel. Thank you very much for all the love on the videos of late. And just to let you know, tomorrow I'll be doing some indie-based games in the morning, UK time, and then I will be doing in the evening Doctor Doom Crystals. This is the second of 3 times I'm trying to get Doctor Doom, and especially as a 5-star, because I've got an Awakening Gem, I've got loads of signature stones. But when it comes to the 17th of December, we're going to go for a massive featured opening. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm hoping Silver Surfer's going to be in there. I'm hoping that, well, I know Mr. Fantastic's going to be in there, not Mr. Sinister, wrong champion, and Doctor Doom. So we'll see what happens with that one, and we'll see what happens tomorrow. Thanks again for watching. See you in the next one. Bye-bye for now.